Good adventures, everybody. I'm Melissa Bonzak, and welcome to episode 137 of Books Cubed, the show where I chat with authors you should be reading. And this week, it is just little old me. And this is going to be short and sweet. I was down in Key West, and I went to my absolute favorite place to go, other than the bars, and that was the Hemingway house. So I've got just a little bit of video from the Hemingway house, and if you have not been, I hope you enjoy these. If you have been, I'm sorry they're not better videos. It was freezing, absolutely freezing. This was the weekend of, let's see, it's January 31st, so I just got back, and people are going in and out of my house. If you hear the doors rattling, my office is too close to the front door. Anyway, it was let's see, today's January 31st, so 2026, and we were there, I think, Tuesday through Thursday, and got home, actually Tuesday through Friday, got home very late, and we were absolutely exhausted. Or maybe we came home Thursday. I don't know. Anyway, nobody cares. Nobody cares. So I've got some video from the Hemingway house. The biggest thing about the Hemingway house are the cats. They are everywhere. Now, the story goes, I'm going to actually look and I'm going to read you the story from the picture that I took of the little plaque. It was Captain Harold Stanley Dexter, was a highly regarded shipwreck and salvage captain. He'd sailed to Key West from his home in Massachusetts with a white six-toed cat named Snowball. They were both well regarded on the docks of Key West, and if you did not know, having a cat on your boat or ship is good luck. And I suppose on big ships, it keeps the mice down. Anyway, so Hemingway met this cat. He was fascinated with the cat. The cat had 6 toes, and I forget what you call cats with 6 toes. I should have looked that up. Anyway, so Hemingway was fascinated by this cat. So the captain gifted him one of the kittens from one of the cat's litters. Now, Hemingway has a house on the island that is surrounded by a brick wall. And he had said to the city leaders that he wanted to put the wall up, and they told him no. So he did it himself in the middle of the night, I think it was, something like that. And did it because he wasn't going to take no for an answer. So when you look at the wall, it's not the best job. He might have done it quickly also just to get it done. Anyway, but the cat, it did not keep the cat in. Snowball was familiar with all of the places to go on the island to make friends, and he had a lot of kittens. So there are, I want to say at one point in past years when we lived on the island, between 2012 and 2014, we would take anybody who came to visit, we would take them to the Hemingway house. And I want to say at one point someone said there were 35 cats, but that probably is too many. I just don't remember. And they have very nice shelters all throughout, they look like little dog houses that the cats can scurry on into if they want to get away from people or just get away from the elements. And then they have like a cat condo with a multiple little areas for the cats to go in, so they're in by themselves. And there were a couple of cats in there when I went through, and it was windy and it was cold. So I did kind of a hit and run. I had meant to spend more time and talk about the things as I was looking at them, and it was not a pleasant week to be outdoors. And it still is not a pleasant week to be outdoors. Right now outside, the wind is about 25 miles an hour. We did our walk earlier today and bundled up in parkas. I'm in Florida, southern Florida. I'm wearing a parka. My parka and a scarf and a knit cap and gloves. It's absolutely bonkers. But back to Hemingway. So he's got this great cat and then could not keep the cat in. And so all of the kittens down there have that trait from Snowball where they have 6 toes and some have 7. And when you see cats with 7 toes walking, it just looks so weird. Absolutely so weird. So here you are in Key West, and the island is warm most of the time. It's not bad, but it gets stuffy in rooms, and you definitely want to have ceiling fans. And I think it was Hemingway's second wife, Pauline, removed all the ceiling fans and put in these light fixtures with chandeliers. And the house that's still like that today. And the house is very hot to go through in the summer. And they'll have all the windows open. I just can't imagine living in there. I think I would have gone and immediately, well, after all the ceiling fans had been removed and I realized how hot it was, I think I would have gone ahead and admitted I was wrong just so I could get a cooler house once again. Now, this is also the wife that she wanted a swimming pool. This is 1938, and this is Key West. I mean, you got the ocean right there. But she wanted a swimming pool. Hemingway did not want her to put in a swimming pool, and he went off on a trip, and she put in a swimming pool. And in 1938, it cost $20,000. And you can see how large that swimming pool is. It's pretty dang big. So when he got home, he was furious, and he said that he had a penny. And he said, "This is the last penny I own," something to that effect. And he dropped it on the cement, and now it's still right there in the cement, embedded in the cement. His last penny. He also he was an interesting character. So he would go to this bar called Sloppy Joe's, and it is down off of Duval toward Front Street, and he. I guess the guy who owned Sloppy Joe's, let's see if I got this right. The guy who owned Sloppy Joe's, they raised the rent. So he got mad and he told everybody, just pick up your bar stools and we're going down the road. And they moved to a new location. And they took, I guess, the fixtures too. So Hemingway took a urinal because he was so mad about the pool. He took a urinal and he put it next to the pool. And the cats use it to drink out of, which I'm sure angered Pauline. I just can't imagine the dynamic doing those things to each other, and especially this absolutely lovely house. But anyway, it made the kitties happy. And of course, as I said before, all of the kitties that live in the house as you tour the house. Now, you're not supposed to pick up the cats, and they say to interact with them at your own risk. I know that I've been in the gift shop before, and there was a cat that decided they were going to eat my purse. And I was trying to keep them from eating my purse without touching the cat, and that was difficult. And finally, one of the workers came over and helped me. But that cat was, I don't remember what purse I had, but that cat was determined to eat my purse. I've seen people sitting on benches, and cats just wander over and hop up and make themselves comfy. And, I'm going to pet the cat if he's sitting in my lap. He came to me. But I haven't been that lucky, though, and I have sat on the benches hoping one would come over and decide that I was someone to get to know better, but alas, not me. Anyways, but as you go through the house, you will see, most likely, just about every comfy surface inside the house is going to be occupied by a cat. And this last time when I was walking through, I heard the guy say, "Now that isn't a real cat, that's a cardboard cat." And I thought, what? That cat's not cardboard. Then I kind of looked again and thought, wow, you would think that cat was cardboard because he was sleeping hard. He was not moving at all. And eventually I came back into that room and he stirred a little bit and stretched and yawned and went back to sleep. I mean, it's an absolute great life. Now, outside of the house, inside, there is all sorts of memorabilia from his books and his films. And so it's really interesting to wander through, take the tour. It's included with the cost of getting inside the house, which was, I think it's $19. They may have discounts available, probably. I didn't check. I was in a hurry. I said, just paid my 20, got a 20 out. It's cheaper most places in Key West, if you pay cash, you don't have to pay the credit card surcharge. Not every place, but a lot of places. Okay, so then when you go back outside and go around the back of the house, you'll see little kitty paw prints in the concrete, and that will lead you around the house, and you will end up in the pet cemetery. Not the Stephen King kind, the Hemingway kind. And all of his cats were named after famous people. So you will see Greta Garbo and Errol Flynn and just all sorts of names from those years of previous cats. And I think they keep up that tradition of naming the cats after famous people. I should have asked. I'm a terrible host, so sorry. Anyway, so it's really nice. And then if you wander further back around the back of the house, there is an area that you can have weddings. And that would be really cool to get married at the Hemingway house. Or at least when I lived there you could get married. I probably should have checked. I'm gonna check. Hang on. Okay, I checked and yes, they still do weddings. And I didn't see any prices. I looked quickly. I didn't see any prices, so I don't know. I'm guessing it's gonna be pretty expensive. But, if you're doing a destination wedding, Key West is a pretty good place to go. And that is the Hemingway house. And they have a gift shop, which I did not go in and take pictures of because it's very small, very small. And it's usually packed with people and with cats. And I just did not feel like going in there with my cell phone and trying to take pictures. Just felt kind of rude. And I've already got like every one of his books and every postcard and all those various knickknacks from the shop over the years that we've collected. So I didn't feel like I needed to buy anything this time. Anyway, though, so that's it. That's it for this time. Thanks for hanging out with me for these few minutes, and I hope you enjoyed the videos of the Hemingway house. And if you are down in Key West, go give it a look. It is really a really good place. And then across the street from the Hemingway house is the lighthouse. So you can climb the lighthouse to the top. And that's it. Next week I have an amazing show for you. Rebecca Brokaw Sands is going to be on, and she is a voice actor, aka narrator. She has narrated one of my books, and she's going to be doing my Amy of Earth series, which is a portal fantasy. And I'm very excited. She's going to be starting that very soon on TikTok. She does live readings. So if you're on TikTok, you can look her up and you can watch her videos and see her reading my book soon. I think it's in a couple weeks. She's going to start that. So actually, it'll be on, if I think it's February 5 that her show will be airing on here. I see what month is it. Okay, yeah, February 5. So hopefully maybe the week after, I think she might be starting my book. It's pretty soon, pretty soon. Anyway, so thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you have been to the Hemingway house, if you have cat pictures, let me know down in the comments, please. I love seeing the kitty pictures and I love hearing about other people's experiences at the Hemingway house. And that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And until I see you next time, go read a good book.